This episode of FilmRiot is brought to you by Domain.com.
Today on FilmRiot, we get smooth and play with mics.
Mics what?
Really?
Get it? Sounds like a dude. Mike.
Welcome to FilmRiot, the show that takes mystery out of the effects and techniques to one of some of your favorite Hollywood films. I'm your host, Ryan Conley. Stabilizers. We've looked at the DJI Ronin. I own one and love it. And soon we're going to look at the Ronin M and even a Movi. But today we're looking at one that is a lot different from the rest, and that is the Letus Helix Jr. Now, what is a stabilizer? Well, stabilizers stabilize camera movements.
Fucking nailed it!
And now I'll show you a bumper for no reason other than the fact that we usually do this. What's great is I have the power. I could totally show that bumper again for no reason, just as a display of power. In fact. Oh man, there's no way Ryan would do that 3 times. Oh really? Anyway, here it is, the Helix Jr, and off the bat, you see how different it looks to all the rest of the products in its category, and we have the 2 handles here and a carriage for your camera. That's about it. Turn it on, and you're pretty much ready to go, which is something I really dig about this thing. It's almost completely plug and play. On one side, you have a handle that spins freely, so you just use this to support the rig, and on the other is the handle that you use to control it. Twist the handle forward, and it tilts down, pull it back, and it tilts up. Then, just the same as the other rigs, turn the system, and it follows. Another great thing about this system is how light it is. The rig itself, without anything added onto it, is just over 4 pounds. And the crazy part is that it can handle up to 12 pounds of weight. So you can throw on something like a GH4 all the way up to something like a Red Epic. Using it is pretty intuitive as well. I'd say there's a bit more of a learning curve to it as far as getting used to shooting with it other than what my Ronin was, but not by much. It was only a few minutes until I was feeling pretty comfortable shooting with it. Another thing I dig about this rig is
that rhymed.
When I'm rhyming, I'm doing it all the time is low mode. You just drop one of your hands and it falls right into low mode, which worked pretty well for me. You get some great low tracking shots without breaking your back. So we got some nice smooth motion, especially when doing basic handheld work where I'm not walking around too much, really lightweight and super easy to use. On the negative side, I am noticing a good amount of vibrations transferring into my footage when I walk around. If I'm walking light and slow, it's not bad at all, but the second I pick up pace, you start to see that introduced into the footage. And running with this rig is a definite no. When I ran with it, the footage got pretty ugly pretty quickly, unlike my Ronin or Movi, which do really great with running shots. The other thing I found a little frustrating was that my horizon kept getting off. There would be a little bit of move on that roll, and then it would stay off of its horizon. I've seen other people having that same issue too. Overall, it's a really solid system, one that I think is best used for laid back shooting like events or as a handheld extension. I'd love to use this for basic handheld shooting, especially since I can go a while without fatigue due to the fact that it's super lightweight and I can get it close to my body without my arms too far apart. But I wouldn't use this for fast moving situations. If you have to run at all, leave this at home. I would love to get one of these though. I think swapping in between this and a Ronin, depending on what you're shooting, would be great. Of course, Letus Direct has nothing to do with this episode. The Helix Jr was supplied to us for a quick look by Lens Pro to Go. So if you'd like to give this or any other gimbal system a look, check out their gear rental page right here. If you're a budding filmmaker, entrepreneur, or innovator, Domain.com is the place to go when that next great idea hits you. I know you probably heard the list of available domain extensions. It's growing, but you now have the opportunity to name your site and build your brands in ways that you were never before able to do. Choose from a growing list of what?
Growing list.
Is this like an echo?
Echo.
Okay. Choose from a growing list of 400 plus domain name extensions, like .com, .org, .design, and .club. This is so distracting. To show you some love, they're giving you 25% off their already affordable prices. I can't concentrate. Buy domain names, buy web hosting, email when you use the coupon code FilmRiot at Domain.com's checkout. When you think domain names, think Domain.com. That was one of your most annoying yet?
Most annoying yet?
Logo.
Last week we decided to do a test with our audio and see if switching to a shotgun mic in the studios would be better for our stand-ups than the lav setups that we've been using since the beginning. And it's a much different sound, and a lot of you even made comments about it, which made me think it would be fun to take a listen to the difference between these two mics. First, we have the lav mic, which is this guy right here that you clip onto your shirt or hide somewhere on the talent. The best thing about these mics is that it goes wherever the talent goes. So if you need to do a wide shot and still get dialogue, this would be the way to go. The downside is that it can be difficult to mount well details so that you don't get any noises that you don't want, like the actor's clothes and so on. A lav mic is also omnidirectional, which means it's picking up sound from every direction, which means that the echo from the room or any room noise that you might be getting, like from an air conditioner, is going to be showing up pretty well. Of course, you also have reduced high frequency due to the placement of the mic, but a lot of them account for that, and you can always adjust that in post as well. For placement, I try to keep mine just off to the side so it isn't directly under the chin, so you're getting more high frequencies, which will lead to a less muffled result. Then we have the shotgun mic, which is a hypercardioid, and that means that it's very directional, getting all its sound from what you pointed at, and rejecting everything else. So with the shotgun pointed directly at my mouth, we're getting a lot more of my voice and a lot less of the room ambience. We're also getting a better frequency response as well. Usually I'm using my Rode NTG3 for all production work, but for something like this, I'm using my Rode NTG8. This guy is a much longer shotgun mic and is ultra cardioid, which means that it's even more directional. I'm using it for something like this because I'm not gonna move around at all, so I'm able to shrink the area of sound the mic is picking up to even further eliminate additional sounds from the room. For example,
but I have no idea what to say, so bananas, pineapples, turkeys, round things, sharp things, I don't know, all kinds of things, but there's your audio.
It looks like Bob Barker, and you can hear how as soon as the mic isn't pointed at his mouth, the sound drops dramatically. But now let's take a listen to the difference in sound between the lav mic and the shotgun mic.
I can't think of anything to say, but you need audio. So now you have audio. I can't think of anything to say, but you need audio. So now you have audio.
So off the bat, unprocessed, the shotgun mic sounds a whole lot better. Of course, once processed, you'll be able to get them closer, but the lav is gonna be noisier and more work in post. They're both equally awesome tools though, it just depends on what you need for each circumstance. But that's it for today. If you wanna follow me on the Twitters, you can do so right here, or Facebook, right here. And I'll see you lovelies next week when I shoulder press a dude into a stalactite.